Using your management template as a guide, what are some of the pieces of information you can use to help identify your stakeholders? Well, you have your project charter, which contains information about the project sponsor, contractors, who is on the team, and who the project benefits. You have all of your other documentation that you surely collected to get the project going, and maybe provide clues as to who you should talk to or who you should include. Talk to people in your organization who have worked on similar projects or have experience working with outside groups that may be affected. And if you have it available, you can go into your project management office, who may be able to provide examples of previous projects and how they identified their stakeholders. Look for lessons learned so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Once you've identified who some of your stakeholders are, now you need to take a deeper look at their impact on the project and what it will require to keep them informed throughout the project. You should do this by doing a quick assessment and an analysis of the people you have on your list. You're probably going to find decision makers, sponsors, and primary customers, along with other people who will be affected. You need to begin to prioritize these people based on their impact on the project and assess how they will act or react to different situations that may occur during the life of the project. A key stakeholder may react differently to a major setback than someone that has less interest in the project. Think about this reaction and how you're going to manage it. One way to do this is through classifications. An easy way to classify your stakeholders is by their influence and power on the project. But know that there are a few ways that you can do this. You can do it by looking at their power and interest, their power and influence and impact, stakeholder cube, or a salience model, which is their ability to impose their will on your project. Each model has its benefits, and you'll have to decide what is most important to you as you do your analysis. Today we're going to take a closer look at the power and influence grid. Using this tool, you assess the stakeholder's power against their interest in your project. It's fairly simple but effective. If a stakeholder has little interest in your project and little power, you should monitor that person throughout the project. Give them the information they need, but they don't need to be engaged in a very large way. If they have a question or seek information, provide it. If the stakeholder has high interest and low power, keep that person informed. They may not have the power to influence the project much, but as we discussed earlier, people's interest and impact can change over time. So it's wise to keep them informed as to what is going on. If a stakeholder has little interest but lots of power, say a senior level manager, it's wise to keep that person satisfied providing the information that shows that the project is progressing. They may not need daily updates, but you must keep them updated to the level appropriate. And finally, a stakeholder that has high interest and high power is someone that you need to manage very closely. This person has the power to impact your project, and it is necessary that you keep that person informed and up to date on the project. Another tool that you can use to help organize your stakeholder is a stakeholder register. A stakeholder register helps record your stakeholders and their impact on the project through our previously discussed prioritization. At a minimum, your stakeholder register should contain the person's name, role, type, and how they want to be communicated with and how often. Here's a quick example of things you can include in your register. Now that we've discussed how to identify, prioritize, and record your stakeholders, let's look at how you're going to manage the plan.